This episode is powered by Hype Girl. You can find them at hypegirl.us. Hype Girl is an amazing company that helps women all over the country locate other women just like them by community events and also finding ways to express your passions out in the world and be more of who you are because the world needs your magic.
I don't know if it was a mistake, but I shared our website with my mom and dad because they asked about how the business was going and the podcast.
Okay.
And so they started on the podcast journey, but we were together all day yesterday for Thanksgiving and they never said anything. So I don't know if that means I have literally scarred them for life and they couldn't make it through episode 1, or if they managed to listen to it all when we discuss the after dark situation.
But what
and
does adults
now
feel?
They want to send me to my room, but they realize I'm too old for them to do that.
Welcome to the Do It Ugly podcast. Here are your hosts, Stacy Lyon and Jenny King.
Hey ladies, we are so glad that you are here with us today. We have an amazing topic for you.
Yes, we do. I'm really excited about today's topic. So it was Thanksgiving yesterday.
Indeed.
Right? Everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Hopefully you got a little extra turkey, a little gravy, all the good trimmings.
Absolutely. Second helpings of pie, unfortunately.
Right?
Wow.
All the good stuff.
Yeah.
But outside of Thanksgiving being such an amazing time to be with family and friends, there was something pretty cool that happened yesterday. And it really sparked this thought for me that I'm like, we should talk about this because we just did the Mean Girls episode.
Okay, tell me.
Right?
Tell me.
So, during Thanksgiving, they always have the performances in the midst of football games, right? Football's big on Thanksgiving.
I am not a football watcher, but I did see on the Book of Faces this morning, which is where I get all of my best news from.
So you know what I'm talking about.
About Miss Dolly.
Yes, Miss Dolly. I did see that there were a lot of people making nasty comments about...
It was so sad.
I mean, the audacity to talk about...
If I looked like that at 40, let alone, what is she, 78?
I don't even know, but she's a national treasure and she looks amazing. Yeah. So it was killing me. And I was like, we just did the Mean Girls episode. And so I thought it would be relevant to talk about Dolly and why we just can't wrap our brains around celebrating women who are doing incredible things. And I know it's because, people who criticize you are never going to be the ones doing more than you, but it just killed me. And so I thought that would be a great topic for us today.
Absolutely. Sorry. I need another crutch word. My husband is going to kill me for saying absolutely. But I agree with you. And it is worthy of an absolutely. Because even when you're Dolly Parton, you have to take a moment off in the wings of the stage when you are rocking a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader outfit to just even have a moment like, okay, what am I doing? No, I've got this. I can do this. And then you go out there and you kill it. Right?
Yeah.
But I would just think that anybody that would do that, no matter your age, no matter your body shape or type, would have to have a little moment of, can I do this? And then you have that faith over fear moment and you go out there and you rock it and you kill it. And then to have people on the internet talking about you that way, it's just disgusting to me, quite honestly.
It was gross. And I feel like we're seeing it a lot right now, especially Taylor Swift is in the media a lot. And I'm a newly converted Swiftie.
I love my Swiftie. Love her.
I was never a big fan, but this year I was hardcore converted thanks to my daughter. But same thing. So she is someone who, much like Dolly, has written an incredible library of music, shared it with the world, is authentically kind to everyone. I mean, there's a lot of parallels between the two of them. They're Southern women from Tennessee.
That's true. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
You're right.
So kind to everyone they meet. They're always advocating for other people and give away so much. I mean, just like Dolly is always giving books to children until they turn a certain age, thousands of dollars being given away all the time. Taylor just recently tipped or bonused all of her truck drivers like an extra 6 figures.
Yes.
And so you also watch these two women who are incredibly talented in their own rights, both in music, female, monster, like billionaires, probably both of them. I don't know if Dolly's a billionaire, but I know Taylor's a billionaire. But either way, the point that I'm getting to is you see them do all of this and you see that, like Taylor, for example, night after night, this beautiful
stage,
young
energy,
girl,
killing it.
like no matter how she's feeling, she gets out there and commands the attention of 70 to 100,000 people every single night that she's on tour. And Dolly, everywhere she goes, heads turn. But yet you still have people that just can't say, oh my God,
well done.
she looks freaking fabulous at 70, whatever she is.
Right. I wish we could all just remember what it feels like to be someone that is going out on a ledge, trying something new. Anytime you open and share a piece of you, whether it's your heart, your passion with the world, there's always a little trepidation about, will I be accepted? Will I be treated like Dolly was? And I just wish as women, we could all just applaud one another for having the courage and the bravery to share that piece of ourselves with the world.
Absolutely. I just stole your word, by the way. You're
That's
welcome,
okay.
Mike.
I'm happy to share it with you. And I think
but I think you're right. And I think the part that kills me most about that is that all women have a double standard on that. Because they will beg and be like, ooh, women shouldn't judge me. Don't look at me like this. You don't know what I'm doing. This is my business. You don't worry about what I'm doing. And you shouldn't talk about me when I do things, but then turn right around and tear somebody else down. And obviously that's not the women that we cohort with, but it happens all the time. And so I don't understand that mentality. How can you on one side constantly be asking people for grace and hope that people accept you, but then in the next breath, like tearing people down that you don't even know?
I think I read somewhere that what agitates your demons inside of you about someone else is really your own insecurities and what you don't like in yourself. And so if you're saying, oh, I don't like this about so-and-so, that's really what you don't like about yourself, but you're not ready to take it on.
I would say that you're probably 100% correct. But then it begs the question, why don't we then take a moment? Now, I'll never be one to criticize a woman who's doing more than me. I'm going to be like, girl, I am so inspired and you are on fire. But it does beg the question, if that's the case, if it's our own insecurities that make us sometimes have those kind of thoughts or behave that way, why we don't take a pause and say, like, have that self-actualization moment where we say, you know what, I had that thought, but it's not really about her because she's clearly amazing. I'm not where I want to be in life. What do I do to get better or be who I want to be versus bringing somebody else down? Like, why don't we take that time to breathe and think through that before, especially publicly? Like on the Book of Faces, there were a lot of people saying a lot of horrible things yesterday.
The only thing I can think about that is that sometimes when you are just drowning in hurt and pain, you can't see anything beyond that, whether it's to get to a place of healing or acceptance or grace for yourself, let alone for other people. I know that I have been in some pretty dark places in my life, and something that really helps me, and I know you do this every morning too, is you have a meditation that you do in the morning, or you have a pep talk that you give to yourself.
Yeah.
And so I read somewhere that you need to, while you're brushing your teeth, look yourself in the eye in the mirror. And you need to repeat, I love you. I love you. I love you to yourself at least 10 times while you're brushing your teeth. Yeah. Put the toothbrush in your left hand because it's going to change the connectivity in your brain, and you're going to hear those words and accept them in a different way when most people in the world are right-handed, right? So when you change to use the other lobe of your brain, you're going to receive those messages. I know this might make me sound a little like hippy-dippy, but I promise you it works. And the more that you learn to love and accept yourself, the easier that becomes to do for others. But if you don't love yourself, you can't love the world. You can't love others. That's
true. But how much, I don't even want to say grace. Grace is not the right word. But how much space are we giving people to use hurt people as a crutch? You know what I mean? Like there is so much behavior that is excused by hurt people. Like at some point, you just have to put your big girl and big boy pants on and say, okay, yeah, I've been through some stuff. My life hurt, my heart hurt, whatever, but still not use that as an excuse to be shitty to other humans. And so when I look at some of the people that were commenting on Facebook yesterday, I mean, some of those people are, and truly you never know what's going on behind somebody's closed doors, but everybody can't be miserable all the time, right? So there were people on there who were living.
There are some.
But I'm just saying, like the majority of people aren't miserable all the time,
right?
So there were people who literally like less than an hour before posted all their great photos, and those may be very unhappy people.
They're letting jealousy, the green monster, come out.
I'm like, how are you presenting this happy and then you're presenting this nasty? Now I get it. I like way back when, before I became this positive version of myself, I was a fairly nasty human in my thoughts and comments. I mean, if you go back to my Facebook, like 2012, there were some things that I said that weren't nasty about other people, but you could just tell that I was in a negative headspace. And so I get that. But for people who are generally not in a negative headspace, there were some that really surprised me, and I was really disappointed.
I want to say absolutely right now.
You can say it as much as you want to.
Absolutely. I think a lot of it is jealousy, and a lot of it is, gosh, I wish I had the strength, the bravery, the goal, whatever, to do something like that, but I could never. I feel like women almost resent other women that are out there living their truth, just letting it hang out. I don't know what you would call what Dolly did, because she's amazing, and I feel like she could conquer anything that she attempted at this point in her career. I think that's why we wanted to create this community for you and I at Hype Girl, was because we wanted to be able to create a place where women could have a safe place to come and to be better. And if they have those thoughts, we can love them up real good. We can help them with whatever's going on in their head. And that way they want to be better and to lift other women up, but also in a loving way. So you could kind of call them out on their shit, right? So you could say, hey, this isn't like you. Are you having a bad day? Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah.
What do you need? How can I help you?
Yeah. And I look at Dolly, and I think if you go back to some of her earlier interviews, there's a really famous one. It rolls around on TikTok and the Insta every so often, but it's a person interviewing her about who she wanted to be, like what she wanted to look like. And she talks about, I think, was it Barbara Walters? I can't remember. We'll have to go back and find the interview, but they're interviewing her, and they're like, why are you so like loud in your clothing and your hair? I'm sure I'm misquoting it, but something to that effect.
That's the gist, yeah.
And she says something to the effect of like, she was gaudy and trashy, but that's who I wanted to be. And when I think of Miss Dolly, like, she's one of the most lovely and elegant women that...
I would never call her trashy. I would never think of that.
No, but I'm saying when you think about where she came from back in the hills of Tennessee, like, it was not posh society. They were not going to country clubs. Like, surely those who are in some of the, most distinguished clubs in the world wouldn't look at Dolly back then and say, oh, she's, first class. Or
well, they were probably judging her on her figure as well, and her big, tall, blonde hair.
Which all the men wanted her and all the women wanted to be her, but hated her in the midst. So it's still the same thing. Yeah. But so I think about that, and I just love that even from an early age, and I think Taylor Swift, going back to her, very similar. But yeah, so you go back to Taylor and you look at them, and they have many similarities in that same way. Like, they've just been, even if it wasn't outwardly so or inwardly so, excuse me, let me correct what I'm saying. If it wasn't on the inside, on the outside, they've been remarkably open about who they are and just being confident. And that's what I find so bold and inspiring about them. So I just thought, Dolly, I don't know if you'll ever hear this, but if you do, we love you, like, love you, so Dolly. Much. And
she's done so much and put so much good back into the world too. I just think of her reading program and how dedicated she is to literacy.
Oh my God.
She has done so much good in the world, poured so many amazing things into communities across the United States. And to be judged for an outfit just
but she
feels
looked sexy as hell. I mean, she's in her 70s amazing. And she looked,
amazing.
She was a smoke show.
She was a smoke show. Can I tell you what gave me a little bit of a giggle?
What?
So she had on clearly like a nude bodysuit or something under her.
Oh, the shimmer?
The little shimmer with some like sparkles on it.
Yes.
Or rhinestones maybe even. And they put a big rhinestone where her belly button is supposed to be. And I just gave me a little bit of a chuckle. And I thought, that is so funny. It's so cute that the costume designers were like, I think she tried to be a little modest, like I said, with the sheer, bodysuit under the costume. And they were like, okay, we're even going to cover up the queen's little belly button here with a rhinestone. I'm just impressed. You rock it, Dolly. And keep going. Don't let them stop you.
Oh
I can't wait to see what happens next.
I feel like we should start a thing right now where women just go out and boldly do things as they are. And on social media, just be like, #BeLikeDolly.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Like, whatever the thing is, wear the outfit, whatever outfit you've been not wanting to wear because you've been too worried about how you're going to look in it, or just, go out and present your idea, whatever. But I am blown away because I'm trying to imagine what the conversation was like when the Dallas Cowboys or whoever proposed this idea, came to her team and was like, hey, we want Dolly to wear that cheerleader outfit, because that outfit is tiny.
And it's hot. And I also think that it's really sweet that, I don't know how many years she's been married, a really long time.
Very long time.
And that she is still super in love with her husband. And, she just put out this rock album. And she said that she did it because her husband doesn't really listen to country. And so she wanted to do something
for him.
I
didn't know that.
And so she has all these great rock collaborations with her album, which is, I'm sure, part of why she was performing, right? To help promote that. Go, Dolly. Don't stop.
I'm looking up right now what the name of her new album is because I want to tell everybody they can make sure they go pick it up. Oh, it's called Rockstar.
There you go.
It's called Rockstar.
And she has some collaborations with super famous musicians, including...
I don't know. Let's look.
Is it on the list?
But I feel like, you know who else she does a lot of collabs with, which I hope is on here somewhere, is Miley Cyrus.
I was like, she used to do a lot with Kenny Rogers too.
Ooh, Chris Stapleton is on here. Kid Rock, John Fogerty, Steve Perry, Ann Wilson. Oh my God. Okay.
I can't wait to listen to
Richie
it.
Sambora. Oh.
I mean, when you're Dolly and you call someone on the phone, you're going to answer, right? So she pretty much got her dream team of whoever she wanted on this album.
First of all, let me just tell you that my 80s heart just did a 3-beat skip. Let me tell you who's on here that just makes my heart so happy. Emmylou Harris, who is a giant in the country. But
I haven't heard from her in a while,
with Sheryl Crow, Pat Benatar, and Neil Giraldo. Yes. Oh my God. And Michael McDonald. Okay, everybody needs to get a copy of this, okay? And she just also recently released a book. It's called Behind the Seams, My Life in Rhinestones. Okay, that's definitely on the read list.
We need to put that in our book club list
We do need to put that in our book club list.
Okay.
Okay, I love it.
There's a little bit of homework for you, ladies. You have to download an album and get a book.
Who downloads an album? I'm going to buy the vinyl. I want the real deal.
I was going to put it on Spotify so I could listen to it.
Oh, I'll have it too in the car. But I have to have
feel
the
like that's going to
album.
be something like when I'm walking and I need that music, you swing your arms when you're doing the old lady walk for the community to get your exercise in. Like, I feel like that's going to be something.
Is that what we do now?
Spotify.
We do that. We're the mall walkers. Is that who we are now?
Not in the mall, but around the loop of the neighborhood. Yeah. I haven't quite made it to the mall, although that's pretty genius in the summertime when it's so hot outside.
Or maybe we get all the ladies together in the community and we go and we get tracksuits and we go to the mall and we walk in like a squad.
Oh, I love that.
Wouldn't that be fun?
I have always dreamt of having my own kind of pink ladies style jacket. I'm not going to lie to you because I'm obsessed with Grease from way back. So I could get down with like a pink satin tracksuit jacket and matching pants.
Who are you in the Grease cast? Who would you have been?
Sandra Dee, of course.
Yes.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
Who were you going to say? You thought I was?
Yeah. 100%.
I feel like you're Rizzo.
100%. I love that you know that about me. I'm absolutely Rizzo, minus the unexpected pregnancy. Although that's not true because my daughter was a little bit unexpected.
I was going to say,
but I wasn't a teenager. I wasn't in high school.
No, you were not. But you were what, 3 months pregnant, you said, when you found out?
Oh my God, 3.5 months pregnant.
3.5 months pregnant.
Yes. And I was self-righteous and indignatious having this conversation with some people, and they were talking about babies, and there were like little ones all around. I was like, oh yeah, I'm never doing that. And I was 3.5 months pregnant. But look, we could all live on a cruise ship permanently if I could get $1 for everything I've eaten crow.
Oh, absolutely. Everything you've slurped back.
Oh,
and we talked about that in one of our other episodes
we
as well, where we could.
Yes.
I think that was the exhaustion episode. We talked about all the things we wish we could slurp back.
If only.
If only.
Maybe we shouldn't say slurp back, though.
No?
No.
You don't like that phraseology?
I think we're going to leave that one.
Is that because your dirty mind is in the gutter again?
Facts, always. Mm-hmm. But so the purpose of today's episode, and ladies, thank you for hanging with us in our crazy. We love you more than you know. But the purpose of this was really just, I wanted to celebrate a woman who just blows my mind all the time. My daughter is obsessed with Dolly too. She loves her. And I really, really pray that we get to meet her someday because Sophie would just be mind blown over it. But yeah, I just want to take a minute to do that because we need more of that. Like, take the time to just be the person on social or even privately who just says, hell yeah, high five, lady. You rocked that.
I would love to be surrounded by women that constantly high five and cheer and hype one another up. That is my dream.
And there's no reason it can't be that way.
We're working on it. We're working really hard on it.
We are working on it.
My greatest wish in life. That's the legacy that I want to leave, is that I was able to be a part of a tribe of women. And that's how they act every time they leave the house.
I love it. Okay, so I don't know that we've done this every episode, but we certainly like to do it every so often. We like to do a rapid fire question round. So I thought today we would do a Thanksgiving rapid fire. Just go with it. Okay, turkey or ham?
Ham.
Mashed potatoes or sweet potatoes?
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potato pie or like a chocolate pie?
Chocolate pie. Are you going to answer any of these?
Yeah, I'm just making these up as I go.
Okay, ham or turkey?
These are just things. Ham.
Potatoes or sweet potatoes?
Mashed potatoes all day with all the butter and all the heavy cream.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And what was the other one you said? Sweet potato pie? You didn't even give pumpkin pie as an option. That was kind of strange. Pumpkin pie is disgusting. I've never heard of a sweet potato pie. I mean, I've heard of it, but I've never had one.
Welcome
never been
to the
around
South.
one.
Hello.
All right, sweet potato pie.
Sweet potato pie is delicious. No, actually,
I would say
like
it's usually from where I come from in my parts, it's pumpkin pie, apple pie, or pecan pie.
Pecan.
Whatever.
Even I'm bougie enough that I say pecan. No, but yeah, it's chocolate all the way for me.
Like a chocolate mousse?
Although my mom made Watergate salad, which yes, I do too. It was pistachio flavored, which was phenomenal. Yeah, so good. All right, last thing. What is your favorite Thanksgiving tradition? I already know what it is, but I think the ladies need to know because I think it's so hysterical and I love it.
This is, I don't know if it's a tradition, but this is just what happens every year. Since I started making Thanksgiving dinner at my house instead of at my mom's house, Mike and I get up early and we will start preparing the bird, if you will, to get her in the oven. And then my mom shows up a few hours later and we make all the sides and do all that part together. So every year we go into the turkey and we're like, pull out, the pieces from the inside, the directions, the gravy packet. And then I'm always like, okay, I know there's a giblets packet around here somewhere. Where is it? And we will search the bird and we will swear this is the year they just didn't put it in. They just forgot. And we're like, okay. And we finish preparing the turkey. We put it in the bag. It goes in the oven. And then my mom will come a couple of hours later and I'm like, Mom, there was no giblet packet this year. And she's like, Stacy, of course there is. Did you look in the other end? I'm like, of course I looked at the other end. There's nothing there. And she's like, pull it out of the oven. So we pull it out of the oven, open up the bag, and sure as shooting, there's the bag of giblets. It's like she is a magician. She just pulls them out of nowhere.
What is a giblet?
Not entirely sure, but it's the other pack of the parts that they put in there.
Okay.
This is me so disgusting. It's like the liver, the heart, I don't know.
Oh, so it's not like, okay. I was thinking
it's not the edible stuff, but it's the stuff that she boils in a pot of water and then we'll cut it up for the dogs. And when I was little, my grandmother used to like mince them up and put them in the stuffing. And so we would never eat the stuffing as kids. And so now I always have to ask my mom, is the stuffing safe? But this is also how the tradition started with the turkey, that I would go and get the turkey from her when it was frozen. I would bring it up here, de-thawed, and start in the oven because then she wouldn't have the giblet packet to put in the stuffing when she made the stuffing.
Okay.
Anyway, I made a post on the Book of Faces about that. So I'm assuming this is why you asked me the question.
That's
but
not
every
what I was
year,
thinking you were going to say at all, actually.
Oh, so that has become our family tradition of playing a round of where's the giblets this year? Oh, I know what you're going to say. Okay. And then so finally when all the food is prepared and we sit around the table, our tradition is that everyone wears a turkey hat.
Yes.
Is that where I was going? Is that where you thought I was going?
Yeah. But thank you for the finding the giblet story. That was very good. And
I'm
I enjoyed
so sorry, Mike. Feel free to cut out the giblet story.
No, you can't cut out the giblet story because I'm very much enjoying
what
the visual.
Is your...
Whoa. But I also need to tell you, amazing lady listeners, that the turkey hats are not paper turkey hats. Like, I need you to understand they are big, like cloth, fabric turkey with legs, like bone legs that are white. I mean, they're so adorable.
Absolutely. Everyone is welcome at my Thanksgiving table. The only rule is you have to wear the hat.
I love that so much.
And I have, 20 hats or something. So
I love it.
No matter how many people are around our table, there's hats for everyone.
Yes, I love that. We don't have any real traditions other than just getting together. I mean, my mom's always been the one who cooks. I was
just to say, is that because you don't cook, Jenny? You cannot pick up dinner through a drive-thru?
It's her love language to prepare the whole meal. So for her, she cooks. We come and my sister and I did dishes yesterday. Like after it was done, we cleaned up. No, it's just for me, the tradition is talking about what we're grateful for and just saying a great prayer and giving God praise and glory and thanks for all his goodness and the blessings that we're so undeserving of so many days. But yeah, no, it was good. We had a good time.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just about who you're with, right? Whether it's family, friends, just being with someone to celebrate it, what you're grateful for.
No, but I saw the coolest thing yesterday and I told my mom and family this. I did not know that in New York City, they do a Thanksgiving meal on the subway, like in the trains. in cars, they set up tables and they have food, and there are people who are able to have a Thanksgiving meal. And I don't know if strangers do this. I don't know if it's set up by the Subway staff, but I saw TikToks and people were doing videos of people eating a plate, and they were fellowshipping. And yeah, it was very cool. I was really like, my heart was so full to know, because there's some homeless individuals,
people come together that don't even know one another.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, how many people that weren't going to get a meal got a meal because they were on the train? Like, that just makes my heart so happy.
Absolutely makes my heart happy too.
Yeah.
Yesterday, our friend Miss Kate Coran over at Fresh Brewed Ministries did the same thing for the unhoused community here in Myrtle Beach, and was able to serve lots and lots of our neighbors. And it was beautiful. The community, the way they came together and donated food and turkeys and laid out a huge spread. Then they also donated shoes and jackets and blankets and socks.
I love that.
And so it wasn't also just about that one meal, but then they packed up, canned goods and food and things for them to take with them. Hopefully a full belly and a full heart.
Yeah, love that. All right, well, as always, we love hanging with you ladies. We can't wait to do it again.
Absolutely. We are here doing it ugly.
Per the usual.
Can I say SSDD?
What's that mean?
Same shit, different day.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. You're so cool. You have cooler acronyms than me. But anyway, we can't wait to see you next time. Have a great one. And until then,
please come back.
Yeah, please come back and stay amazing. We love you.
Bye.